Somebody told me to dig deeper in my last video about my points. So the last video was the video about eliminating who I am not, tired of being tired. And so I'm just gonna give you an analogy. The womb to the tomb analogy really came to my head when that person told me to dig deeper. So imagine yourself as a baby, or energy being formed into a baby, right? And then you are birthed, you're conceived, and you don't know anything. It's like a blank canvas. You don't know right from wrong. You don't know that people are people. You don't know how to talk. You don't know any concepts. You don't know ugly from beautiful. But you do know how to communicate through energy, through crying or smiling or laughing. You know how to be energetically connected to the people that you're around. Now imagine you grow up in this physical world and you take on concepts of what right and wrong was. You understand what beautiful and ugly looks like. You understand what the stop sign is. You understand that your hair is better this way. You have been bullied. You have gone through all these experiences that you have deemed traumatic or gone through breakups, whatever, right? And you go on and you get older and then you die. Like, do you think that's it? I don't think so. I feel like it's so much deeper than physical death. But even during that time of growing up in this world, do you see how all of those different concepts of right and wrong, ugly and beautiful, have a common theme of duality, and how that duality is instilled and programmed into many of us as children, and we forget who we are in essence when we were the baby who was born with a blank canvas, who didn't even know what this was, who didn't have the words to explain. We forgot that before we became a baby, we were energy and pure bliss and pure love, unconditional love, unwavering love. So instead of looking or considering or even committing and aligning with this analogy of womb to the tomb, I was like, I want to reverse it, tomb to the womb. Because ultimately the womb is the creator and the tomb is a byproduct of the creator. It is creation. That might be a bit much, but I'm going to try to explain a little more. So if you guys have ever heard of or read the book Becoming Supernatural by Joe Dispenza, I might drop a picture in here so you guys can see. So in this book, there is a diagram where he explains energy, and he shows the speed of energy depending on what emotion one is feeling or what energetic level that one is on. And so at the top of this energy diagram, he has bliss up there. And so for me, bliss was just pure, unwavering love. I mean, I feel like if you feel bliss, you most likely are going to feel love. So he didn't have love at the top, but I think love is the highest degree of energy of all of them. It's the only energy, honestly. And so he had things like from bliss to like wholeness, and then love, and then he goes further down to pain, to lust, to worry. I'm not really sure because I haven't seen the diagram in a long time, but I thought about this while I was contemplating this video. And so when you look at bliss and love, they are moving so fast because the energy is so light. It's so light. But as you move down to pain, to worry, to anxiousness, whatever, and then the last one at the bottom of the diagram was lust, and it was moving so slow, y'all, like so slow. And it made me think about that is what happens from the womb to the tomb energy, right? When you take on things that you are not, you become dense. You become unlimited. You go from unlimited energy and you depress yourself into limited energy, which makes you dense and heavy. And it just made so much sense. So the title of this video, Tuned to the Womb, is referring to the last video about my realization that the only way to not be of this world and to take on a higher consciousness is to eliminate who I am not, which is the identity, which is the duality of everything, honestly. And just really reversing that back into love. Because if you think about it, once we become so immersed in the physical world and we take on all these things that we are not, and we are investing all of our pure, unlimited energy into physical, limited energy, our spirit lies dormant. And ultimately, that means that we are asleep, that we're dead spiritually, because we're not utilizing that energy towards the source, towards the power, towards the life force. We're putting it on things that are so low energetically that we also become depressed into that energy. So in regards to that video, by taking off the gravity of all these things that we experience in the world, like for instance, when my mom passed away, at first I was angry, I was extremely sad, I was really experiencing grief, which is a lower energy, because I felt a lack of love. I felt alone. I felt abandoned. I was mad, whatever. But when I accepted grief for what it was, and when I realized that my mom passed away physically, like her body is just gone, and that her spirit remains on and it continues on, it's like it doesn't matter, because my physical body would die as well. My hair might fall out tomorrow. My piercings, they might rip out, they might close. I might lose all this jewelry. My apartment could catch on fire. Like, these are all physical things that were created by the Creator. And just because I have access to these things, they don't make who I am, because I am the value. I don't get my value and my worth from external things that were created by beings, because it's all energy. It's just because it's so low energy, we can see it and we can touch it, you know, we can feel it, we can physically see it. But when you raise that energy up to love and return back to love, it's going to be going so fast that you don't even see the physicality anymore. You see spirit. And that's where I am in my journey. That is where I am in my quest to returning back to love, because I am still in a state of forgetfulness. But I know it's like I remember. It's like it resonates with me, and it makes sense. It makes complete sense. But I have invested so much energy into the world, and it has drugged me down. And now I'm like, I'm sick of it. I don't want to just succumb to the analogy of womb to the tomb, into that order of things, that chronological order of things. That's what I was thinking of. In this physical world, I want to go from the tomb to the womb. And some things I have been asleep to for so long that I'm like not as sensitive to them anymore. Like even the words that I say, and certain things that are said to me, or certain things that I do like unconsciously, because the body has a consciousness of its own as well, since it's connected to the earth. But I am always reminded through feeling through my heart where I am. So I have a lot of alchemizing to do. I have a lot of renewing to do as I return. But I'm pointing to the fact that it's so much bigger than this world. Our connection to Source and to God is so much bigger than this world. Like, taking off all of the things, releasing that gravity. Like Erykah Badu says, pack light. You gon' what you say? Pack light. Hold on, no, that's what I'm talking. She's like, that's not what I'm talking about. She's like, bag lady, you gon' hurt some. You can't hurry up because you got too much stuff, basically. Like, let the stuff go. Let the stuff go. It's nothing. It doesn't determine anything. You determine the value of it. So I no longer will align and subjugate myself to the lower energy and to the lower consciousness, because it is just a cycle. I can't extend that way. I'm only going to grow up and die physically with no ascension to my spirit. And my spirit will ascend naturally. But if I'm constantly in a state of sleep, then that's it. So, from the tomb to the womb, I go till we go. We're gonna all go. We're gonna all return back to love, whether we know it or not. But we have the free will to invest our energy, to envelop in certain things. We have the free will. So we can say we don't want to, I like it. Or we can say, no, it doesn't make sense to me. And I would try with further videos to use more personal examples, like experiential knowledge, to make it make sense. But yeah, like the only one I could think about was my mother passed right now at this moment, because that was a really hard one. And I've addressed that too in a video that calls I Love You Grief. And that was the way I alchemized my perspective on grief, because everyone says, oh, we know you're going to have so many long nights and this and that when someone close passes away physically. And people just, put this energy on you, and then we just hold on to it, and we become so down and out. And it's just like, but nothing was lost, because everything is spirit. She's still here physically. And then through being her child, I learned so much, and it made me understand love on a deeper level. What love is not, for sure. Because everything derives from love. All these lower energies are just a separation of that state, or a lack thereof. When we anger, worry, anxiety, lust, everything. It's all because a need for love. If everything returned back to love, there would be no need. So, yeah. I love you guys. And I appreciate you guys engaging. Please let me know what you think. Your comments. I feel like I'm talking to myself, so you just do what you need to do. And wherever journey you on, or wherever you are in your journey, in your return, it's all love.